Plus, expanding business internationally. Timing is everything, and our next guest, always on time, is the CEO of a watchmaker, Panerai, telling us where the luxury sales are thriving these days.
And the economy is weak, but demand for luxury goods is growing, not just in the U.S. How watch company Panerai is working to keep up with demand. The CEO is here. He'll tell you all about it, and it's all coming up in the next 30 minutes.
All right, we're going to talk watches now, and it's no secret, of course, China's economy is growing. There's companies looking at Chinese consumers as a target for new products and demand. But just how's the luxury sector faring, both here and overseas?
Panerai knows more than a thing or two about luxury. It is a long-time fabulous watchmaker who's, well, one of his watches can set you back 6 figures.
Nice.
Joining us now in an exclusive interview is Angelo Bonatti, CEO of Panerai. It's great to see you, Angelo. Thank you. How does the world look in terms of demand for your watches from here, Asia? Just set the picture for us.
Listen, we can say that we are a transversal brand because the watch is appreciated in all the countries that you mentioned or the region that you mentioned. Of course, in this moment in Asia, there is a booming because there is a booming of all the luxury products.
Yeah.
And we start to work in Asia years ago, almost 5 years ago, and now we are increasing our investment because, of course,
Well, I'll tell you, the one thing I know, I was in China this year for 10 days, and the one thing that kind of stuck out to me is that they love luxury items of all kinds, whether it be cars or jewelry. There are luxury stores on every corner in the big cities like Beijing and Shanghai. And B, they're not afraid to show it off. In other words, they kind of like to show off the bling more than we do here in the United States. And I was just wondering. No, seriously, they do. I mean, people who have money like to show it off in Asia. So how are you doing here versus there? Now that, because we've had a couple of down years in our economy, are people kind of reluctant to go out and buy an expensive item here as opposed to over there?
But I'm sorry, compared to the Chinese?
Yeah, compared to, people here in the U.S. reluctant to go out, even if they have the money to spend it on something?
But it's a different culture, first of all.
Yeah.
And second, for Chinese is the first, it's new. Everything is new. They are discovering a new world. It's different in the United States because in the United States there's an old culture linked to the luxury products, and they buy when they see that the product has some quality, some skills.
With demand being as it is, particularly in China, how do you maintain the exclusivity of the watch brand? Because if you go out, is there a waiting list for the watches in China? Because if you meet demand, then you in danger of, well, reducing the value and the name brand of the watches.
But listen, there is some different element of the marketing mix on which we work. First of all, our watch has to be a rare watch. We cannot, as a philosophy, our philosophy to expand too much the quantities. Why? Because we want to keep the quality. Because if you produce too much, the risk is to fall down in terms of quality. Our client know us for the quality, know us for the authenticity of the products, and that's why to produce a watch like that, you need time, and the time is...
I'll tell you what, if you don't mind, I'm just going to keep this because my watch battery stopped over the weekend. That's actually a true story.
I would watch, well, they started roughly $4,000, and then the sky's the limit, really.
I'll get it from you for Christmas.
Angelo, thank you so much. It was a pleasure you being here. Angelo Bonatti.
Thank you, Angelo. I'm not really...
Panerai.
He looks worried.
No, he should be.